This is not a financial advice column. This is a survival manual for an occupied territory. You believe you are free because you can tap a card and buy a coffee. You believe you are free because you can order a package and it arrives tomorrow. You believe you are free because you can transfer numbers from one bank account to another with a face scan. You are not free. You are permitted. Every transaction you make is a permission slip signed by the state, the bank, and the algorithm. And in 2026, the year of the Fire Horse, that permission is about to be revoked. We have spoken to you about the new city, the digital panopticon, where every electron is tracked, every thought is monitored, and every asset is frozen at the push of a button. We have spoken to you about the death of paper, the burning of the false wealth by the fires of inflation, and the crushing of the debtor by the gravity of Saturn. Now we must speak of the solution. If the new city is a prison, you must build a tunnel. If the Main Street economy is a surveillance grid, you must build a parallel economy. This is not about tax evasion. This is not about crime. This is about the fundamental human right to trade value for value without a third party taking a cut, taking a log, or taking control. This is about the return of the bazaar. This is about the return of the handshake. This is about the survival of the free market in an era of command control. Most people think the black market is a place for drugs and weapons. In 2026, the black market will be the place for meat, for heating oil, for medicine, for unchecked speech. When the white market, the state economy, becomes a mechanism of rationing and control, the gray market becomes the only place where life happens. We are going to teach you how to operate in the shadows. We are going to teach you the physics of the parallel economy. We are going to teach you how to become uncancelable. To understand why you need a parallel economy, you must understand the squeeze of 2026. As we have briefed you, we are entering a unique energetic coordinate. Fire Horse, expansion, volatility, meeting Saturn in Aries, restriction control. The state is terrified. They know the debt is unpayable. They know the currency is dying. They know the social contract is fraying. Their response to the Fire Horse chaos is Saturnine constriction. They are building the walled garden. This manifests as CBDC, central bank digital currency, programmable money. You can spend this, but only on approved items and only within 5 miles of your home. ESG, social credit scores. You cannot get a loan because your carbon footprint is too high. Debanking. We are closing your account because you donated to the wrong cause. The Splinternet. You cannot buy goods from that country because they are on the sanctions list. The white market is becoming a permissioned blockchain. If you are a good citizen, compliant, vaccinated, carbon neutral, politically correct, you get access. If you are a bad citizen, sovereign, skeptical, independent, you get throttled. The squeeze is not a sudden explosion. It is a slow tightening of the noose. First, cash becomes suspicious. Then, cash becomes limited. Then, cash becomes illegal for transactions over $500. Then, the algorithm flags your purchase of prepping supplies as domestic extremism. The parallel economy is not a luxury. It is an oxygen mask. When the air in the new city is turned off, you must have your own tank. The first pillar of the parallel economy is the medium of exchange. You cannot use the king's currency to fight the king. If you use the digital dollar or the digital euro, you are painting a target on your back. Every transaction is a GPS ping. You must return to bearer instruments. A bearer instrument is an asset where ownership is defined by physical possession. I hold it, therefore I own it. There is no ledger. There is no middleman. There is no password. 1. The return of cash. We told you to keep 3 months of expenses in small bills. This is not just for emergencies. This is for privacy. Cash is the anonymous blockchain of the poor. In 2026, cash will trade at a premium. You will see signs. 10% discount for cash. Why? Because the merchant wants to hide his revenue from the Saturnine taxman just as much as you want to hide your purchase from the Fire Horse algorithm. Cash creates a zone of silence between two people. Use it while you can. Keep it dirty. Keep it moving. 2. The metallic standard. Gold and silver. Gold is the currency of kings. Silver is the currency of gentlemen. In the parallel economy, silver is the workhorse. You cannot buy a loaf of bread with a gold ounce. It's too valuable. You can buy a tank of gas or a week of groceries with a tube of silver eagles. Silver is heavy. It is real. It cannot be printed. In the new city, the price of silver is manipulated by paper contracts. In the parallel economy, the price of silver is what 2 men agree it is. Learn to think in ounces, not dollars. I will fix your roof for 20 ounces. This bypasses the inflation. This bypasses the tax. This bypasses the surveillance. 3. The digital ghost. Privacy coins. Bitcoin is a hybrid. It is sovereign, but it is transparent. If you use Bitcoin on a KYC, know your customer exchange, you are in the new city. For the parallel economy, you need privacy. You need tools that break the link between your identity and your wallet. Monero. Mixed Bitcoin. Lightning nodes run over Tor. These are the smuggler's ships of the digital age. They allow you to move value across the wall of the walled garden without the gatekeeper seeing what is in the truck. But remember, digital assets require the internet. The internet is fragile. Do not rely on them 100%. 4. The barter unit. The small change. When the system truly freezes during the dissolution phase, money might stop working entirely. Trust evaporates. In that moment, you trade utility, ammunition, 5.56 meter, 9 millimeter, alcohol, vodka, whiskey, shelf-stable, antiseptic, numbing, medicine, antibiotics, insulin, painkillers, coffee. These are the small change of the apocalypse. Stockpile them, not just to use, but to trade. The man with the coffee is the most popular man in the neighborhood when the supply chain breaks. How do you find the parallel economy? It is not on Google Maps. It is not on Amazon. It uses a different architecture. The new city is a hub and spoke system. Amazon is the hub. You are the spoke. The bank is the hub. You are the spoke. This is efficient, but fragile. If the hub is compromised or weaponized, the spokes die. The parallel economy is a mesh network. It is peer-to-peer, node to node. There is no center. There is no head to cut off. 1. The high trust node. The currency of the parallel economy is not money. It is trust. In the new city, you trade with strangers because the system guarantees the trade. In the parallel economy, there is no system. If you get ripped off, you cannot call the police. Therefore, you only trade with people you know, or people who know people you know. This is the human mesh. You must build a circle of trust, a group of 5, 10, 20 families. I vouch for him. This phrase is the credit score of the future. If you burn someone in the parallel economy, you are exiled, and in a Fire Horse year, exile is death. 2. The agora, the meeting place. Where does the trade happen? It happens in the blind spots of the panopticon. the farmer's market, cash only, the church parking lot, the gun show, the private telegram group with disappearing messages, the supper club. These are the modern agoras. They look innocent. They look like social gatherings. But under the table, the real economy is moving. I have a side of beef. I have a generator repair kit. I have a lead on antibiotics. The gray man thrives here. He moves through the agora, making deals, shaking hands, leaving no digital footprint. 3. The warrant, the guild. How do you know the doctor is a real doctor if he has been delicensed by the state for refusing the mandate? How do you know the carpenter is good if he isn't on Angie's list? The guild. We are returning to the medieval guild system. Competence hierarchies that are self-regulating. The healer's guild, the builder's guild, the protector's guild. You gain entry by demonstrating skill, not by showing a diploma. The guild issues the warrant, the seal of approval. He is one of us. In 2026, a recommendation from a master mechanic is worth more than a PhD from Harvard because the PhD is paper, the mechanic is iron. You have the currency, you have the network. Now how do you move the goods? Logistics is the lifeblood of war, and you are in a war for survival. 1. The supply chain of one. The new city relies on just-in-time delivery. The parallel economy relies on just-in-case storage. You must become your own warehouse. You must have the analog cabinet. If you need a screw, you should have a jar of screws. If you need a pipe, you should have a rack of pipes. If you rely on the store, you are vulnerable to the tremors. Quatrain 87 analysis. The goal is to reduce your time preference. The system wants you to be a consumer, short-term. The parallel economy demands you be a steward, long-term. Buy it cheap, stack it deep. 2. The mule moving physical goods across a surveillance grid is an art form. You cannot use FedEx. You cannot use the post office for sensitive items. You need the mule. This is the trusted courier, the truck driver who takes cash, the friend who is driving cross-country. This is the return of the caravan. You do not ship the gold, you carry the gold. Or you pay someone whose life depends on their reputation to carry it for you. This is high friction, it is slow, but it is secure. In a world of fast, insecure data, the slow, secure physical movement is the premium service. 3. The dead drop. For information or small high-value items, use the tradecraft of spies. Never meet at your home. Never meet at their home. Meet in the third space, or use a dead drop. Leave the item in a pre-arranged location. The other party picks it up. No contact, no digital trail. This sounds paranoid. In 2025, it was paranoid. In 2026, with the Fire Horse burning the privacy laws, it is simply prudence. You cannot live 100% in the parallel economy. Not yet. You still need the new city. You need electricity. You need the internet. You probably still have a job in the matrix. This is why we preach hybridization. You need an airlock. An airlock is a chamber that allows you to move between two environments with different pressures without blowing the seal. 1. The two-computer strategy. We told you, one laptop for the beast, one laptop for the soul. Computer A, the public machine. Windows, Mac, logged into Google, logged into the bank, biometrics on. This is your avatar. It pays the taxes. It feeds the algorithm. It looks like a normie. Computer B, the private machine. Linux, Graphene OS, VPN, Tor. No real name, no biometrics. This is your sovereign. It manages the crypto. It talks to the tribe. It stores the library. Never let them touch. Never plug the USB from A to B. Never log into Gmail on B. This is the air gap. 2. The LLC shield. Do not own things in your own name. The Fire Horse attacks the main character. If your name is on the deed, the mob can find your house. If your name is on the account, the bank can freeze it. Use structures, trusts, LLCs. Be the manager, not the owner. I don't own this land. The Bluestone Trust owns this land. This creates legal friction. It makes you a hard target. The predator prefers soft targets. 3. The privacy phone. Your smartphone is a shackle. It tracks your location, your voice, your face, your pulse. But you need it. So, treat it like radioactive material. Get a Faraday bag. When you are doing parallel economy business, the phone goes in the bag. Or better yet, leave it at home. I forgot my phone is the new I have a secret. Get a burner for the private network, a dumb phone or a de-googled Android, prepaid SIM, cash. This is the phone you use to call the Mule. Ultimately, the parallel economy needs a home. It needs coagulation. It needs to solidify into a community. This is the Citadel. A citadel is not necessarily a castle with walls. It is a high-trust density zone. It is a zip code, a street, or a small town where the density of parallel people is high enough that the system becomes irrelevant. How do you build it? 1. Co-location. You move to where the tribe is. You cluster. 2. Vertical integration. The tribe buys the farm. The tribe buys the clinic. The tribe buys the school. 3. The sheriff. The tribe handles its own security. When you achieve this, you have created a micro-state, a pocket of order in a world of chaos, a pocket of old city reality inside the new city hallucination. This is where the new river, Arethusa, flows. Quatrain 87 analysis. While the cities burn and the banks freeze, the citadel thrives, because the citadel has the salt, it has the food, it has the skills, it has the trust. Why do we do this? Is it just to survive? Is it just to hoard? No. The parallel economy is the arc. Civilization is being flooded by the Fire Horse chaos and the Saturnine tyranny. The institutions are rotting. If we rely on them, we rot with them. By building the parallel economy, we are preserving the seed of civilization. We are preserving the concept of free trade. We are preserving the concept of privacy. We are preserving the concept of the individual. When the fire burns out, when the tyrant falls, when the system crashes, the survivors will look for a way to rebuild, and they will look to you. They will say, "How did you eat when the stores were empty?" They will say, "How did you keep your money when the banks failed?" They will say, "How did you stay sane when the world went mad?" And you will open the door to the citadel. You will open the analog cabinet. You will show them the ledger of the parallel economy. And you will say, "We did not ask for permission. We built it ourselves. The new city is a trap. The parallel economy is the key. Stop waiting for the election to save you. Stop waiting for the crash to be over. Start trading, start building, start disappearing. The shadows are safe. The light is dangerous. Be the gray man, be the mule, be the builder. This is Prescient. We are watching and we are trading. On this channel, we cover a wide range of topics similar to this one. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Otherwise, we may never see each other again. See you again soon, dear viewer.